And we're back. It's a brand new episode of Bad Advice with Chris Cubis, the show where unqualified people give unsolicited advice. Thank you for checking us out. As always, sharing the good word, telling your friends about the show, leaving those little 5-star reviews and the ratings and whatnot on iTunes. That super helps us. I'm joined by two hilarious comedians this week. Up first, the very funny Ashley Sharma. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I am okay. How is COVID round 2 treating you?
At least this time we know what we're looking at.
I'll take it. That's probably a positive. And people may not know you are a COVID nurse, or at least were. I don't know if you're still doing that, or if
I'm still a nurse. I still take some COVID patients, but way less than I used to.
That's good. And are you taking way less because they're all dying and you can't help them, or did you just transition into a new role?
A little bit of both. I transitioned into a new role because everyone was dying and I couldn't help them.
Word. Also with us this week, the very funny George Anthony. What's up, sir?
I love telling jokes.
Wait, could you hear that?
I could. It said I love telling jokes.
I love telling jokes.
Oh, okay, great. I'm good. I just stole that bit, that audio bite from fucking Murphy. Anyway, I'm good, man. I'm hanging out at the house and trying not to get COVID. I got my first shot. Thank you very much.
You just got your first
I was
vaccine
gonna
shot.
say,
Can I ask
Yeah.
what took you so long? There's lots of them available in Austin. This isn't like
it wasn't FDA approved. I was scared.
That's what did. Okay, are you?
Yeah,
serious?
I'm dead serious. But then the FDA, I need to talk to a manager. If I get something happens to me, I need somebody I can go to. And before you couldn't go to anybody. Now it's like FDA approved. You can bitch them out or whatever. And my second shot's on the 15th. I'm excited. To take another day off of work.
That second shot did fuck me up. You might need a second day off. I gotta say this. You don't strike me as the type of person that puts that much faith in the government, and to be that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like, you waited this long because you trust the FDA all of a sudden?
As long as someone takes responsibility.
Okay.
I'm telling you, as long as there's somebody I can yell at,
you just want somebody to sue if you get sick. All right.
Exactly. Yeah, or sick, or if I start growing, I got something growing here. I'm gonna blame that on the fucking on the shot.
You're gonna blame that. How long has it been growing?
Since when did I get the shot?
Yeah, let's get this documented. Ashley, have you seen side effects? Is that something people need to be concerned about?
Oh, I felt terrible for 2 days after I got my second shot, and honestly my first shot too. I just felt terrible, but I was alive. So
that's a nice part. Yeah,
it's a pretty good part.
It's got its fucking ups and downs. I guess I'll take alive for now. I'm not super excited about it, but I'll take it. It's mostly like the death seems bad. It's not like you get COVID and you go like, oh, and then you're just, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bad death. It's not like an easy, graceful,
like agonizing.
Yeah.
You get air hungry. So it's like drowning, but you're just drowning on, like, you don't have oxygen. Anyways.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. But I'm glad to see
really
you got
bad.
your shot. Did you get, George Anthony, tell the truth, did you get your shot because you got to do Moon Tower and you need to be vaccinated?
No, but I saw that shit afterwards, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" I guess it was meant to be and shit. Actually, one of my buddies got COVID. It got into my inner circle type thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, and he's doing fine. Thank God he recovered. He's a fairly young, healthy.
Talking about Joe Rogan? Was it Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Joe.
That's your inner circle.
Joe Rogan got hit hard, baby. You know what I'm saying? And all prayers to the God. You know what I'm saying? But he's recovered. You know what I'm saying?
That ivermectin worked.
Yeah, that worm shit worked on him, dude. So hopefully he acts right too. But
did he get vaccinated?
So here's the thing. I bet you he did.
I bet you he did too.
He hasn't said, and he has definitely been like, if you're young and healthy, you don't need to get vaccinated. Like, he's been very like mouthy about not getting vaccinated. But like, he's got to go to them UFC shits. Like, they're not going to you can't just be around ESPN people and shit all day. They're going to make you get fucking vaccinated. There's too much money on the line. I just feel
like if he didn't get vaccinated, I'm 100% sure he would not shut up about it. Like, he'd be like, look, I didn't get vaccinated. I'm fine. Like,
yeah, exactly. That is very true. That is very
the fact that he hasn't said, no, I didn't get it, means that he absolutely got it.
100%. I absolutely agree.
And
go ahead.
I think if it's your body, you should be able to do what you want with your body.
Sure.
And I'm pro health rights or whatever. And it's just, if he did get it, who cares? If he didn't, people who got the shot are still getting COVID, so it's not like,
Yeah, but they live, and they don't.
Maybe no, I've seen people who got the shot that didn't make it, man. And it hit them hard. I have, yeah, and yeah, because I work in a hospital too.
Oh, so, yeah.
And
I forget, but you work in like the office. It's not the same.
Yeah, wait, right? I work in the.
I was gonna say you work like just because you ain't like, you know what I'm saying? You do data entry. It's not the same.
We'll talk offline. I push that broom. I see things, dude. So I don't know what you guys are. I keep my ears to the street, dude.
Oh, you push, sir. You are a frontline worker, and I'll open my window and bang some pots together in your honor. You guys, let's go ahead and jump in to this week's show. You guys are familiar on some level with Dear Abby, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Georgia, you know what we're doing here. Okay. If you don't, there's an old lady. It's actually now her daughter. People write in, ask her questions about problems, and she tries to help them. And we don't read the helping part. We just read the questions, and then we give our own answers here. So I'll go ahead and jump in. Let's do, which one do we want to do first? Oh, I like this one. Dear Abby, I divorced my cheating husband, but my mother keeps inviting him over to her and dad's house. Not only does she invite him, she's now inviting one of the women he cheated on me with. She tries to justify it by saying she isn't going to keep him out of our daughter's life. Our daughter lives with my parents, but she's 23 years old. Am I wrong to be angry and for telling my mom she was wrong for choosing him over me? Our daughter is an adult and can go to visit her father. Signed, cheated on again in Colorado.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds like that lady. That sounds like the lady who wrote the letter sucks.
I'm not gonna. Okay, see, thank you. I didn't want to come in hot and be like taking the dude's side, but the letter writer sounds like a problem.
She sounds like the biggest issue that's going on.
I'm not gonna lie. Why is your 23-year-old daughter living with your parents? Like, that's weird. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing weird about an adult child.
She doesn't say that she doesn't say that she doesn't also live with her parents.
That's true. That is true. However, I don't think that's the case though, because they keep she says inviting her over to mom keeps inviting her over to her and dad's house. So the way it's written does read that's not where the writer lives. But why is this grown woman living with her grandparents and not her mom? Like, there's something toxic about this mom, don't you think, George?
Who's writing this? The mom's
the
writing?
Mother, the woman who has been cheated on, is writing this letter because the cheater is getting invited to her parents' house. And it's a lot of steps.
And her 23-year-old daughter is living with her parents.
With the grandparents, yes, exactly.
Okay, so I mean, I want to take her side.
I wanted to at first, but also cheated on again in Colorado. This woman's got a lot of drama around her for some reason.
But I still want to take her side because everybody could be wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's true. That is true. Everyone else could be wrong.
There could be a bunch of assholes in her family. But first of all, like, who cares who your mom invites? I mean, I don't know. Like, is she talking about like family, like Thanksgiving or something like that? And she sees her ex over there all the time? Or is she talking about like, hey, I'm chilling at my mom's house and my ex shows up type shit? Or
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think she's even there.
No. Okay.
I'm reading this. It seems like the mom is just maintaining a relationship with the ex-husband. And by the mom's reasoning, it's because that's where the daughter lives. Although there is some arguments to be made that like, you're 23, you could go to your dad's and go see your dad if you want.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But so do you think that the mom of the cheatee was like, fucking finally he left her, so I don't have to deal with my own daughter too. Like, or
I kind of, yes.
That's kind of what it sounds like. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I feel like they are trying to write their daughter out of this relationship, and this is the opportunity that they've gotten to do that.
She sounds controlling. I mean, don't get me wrong, not pro cheating. It sucks that she got cheated on. Absolutely. But
perception.
You can't, if you don't live there, you can't decide, you can't dictate anyone else's relationship with anyone.
That's very true. It is fucking a little weird.
Yeah.
To have, like, if the daughter was 12, there's no argument to be made here. The dad gets to be, and you get to invite the dad over. That's your daughter, whatever, right? But with the adult child, I feel like I would, if I'm the daughter, right? Let's say my wife cheats on me, we get a divorce, and now my mom is just hanging out with my cheating ex-wife. I do feel like I'd be a little upset. That does feel like.
Yeah, but that's because your mom probably loves you, you know?
That's true. Oh, my mom's dead. She wouldn't do anything.
Well, you know.
Luckily, she's dead, so we're fine.
I mean, I would be on my daughter's spite. You know what I mean? I would be on her spite tip. Like, all right, you hate this guy. All right, I won't invite him around.
As your family,
he's such a nice guy, though. You know, but that's fine. Whatever.
I do feel like as family, you're supposed to hate whoever they hate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that seems like the move, right? If like Maris hates somebody, I gotta hate him. That's just the way that works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if
you love him.
It's weird that the daughter's not already on her side. That the daughter's like, yeah, I want to see dad, and I want to have his dad's little wife over. It kind of sounds like the daughter could be a bitch.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
If someone cheated on my mom, I'm sorry, I'm not having her over for dinner.
Yeah, but you don't know the whole drama behind it. All you see is like.
I said I don't.
This is the first time I've had a letter start a fight on the podcast.
I don't automatically assume the guy cheated on her just because she said he cheated on her. I assume like, hey, maybe they were married, it was falling apart. You know, I don't know. I kind of go through it in my head. I don't just take someone's like absolute, you know, maybe. And on top of that, there's he's still hanging out with the in-laws. So how much of an asshole could this guy be? You know,
that is the only. So we do tend
Saving
to on
grace.
the show try to take, since we don't have everybody's writing a letter to make themselves seem as good as possible, right?
I was
we
gonna
don't
say,
have
yeah.
all the we don't have all the sides. We kind of have to take the letter somewhat at face value. However,
all right,
the argument that the parents are siding with him does speak to her being a problem, right? So that speaks to us not getting all of this, the whole story here.
There's more, and cheated on twice. Come on,
cheated on again. By the way, that feels like that is her personality. She's the girl that gets cheated on. And like for you to sign your letter like that, that speaks to like we all know the person who is constantly surrounded by drama. You know what I mean? There's always some crazy shit going on. She's got that vibe to me that like she's always got some fucking story to talk about.
She signed it, and there's more. I can't even tell you about. That's what she signed it as.
I'm just getting started.
Exactly.
Letter 1 of 12.
Yeah. Exactly.
You don't even know.
So let's take this letter at face value. If I'm going to give this lady some advice, I say stalk your parents' house until the dad shows up and then cause a scene. You know you want to cause a scene anyway. So just once your ex-husband shows up, bust in the door. Oh, I see what's going on here. I want you to start problems. What do you guys think?
Okay, man.
Yeah. That's good advice.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably
this lady likes drama, clearly. So I say fucking lean in.
Yeah, no, if you're gonna I agree with lean in. My move for lean in is to get on your daughter's side, and then every time that the dad comes over with the girlfriend, get your daughter to be mean as fuck to them.
You got to do that.
Relate your children. That's the best. That is the best. That is good. I would I stock my house, of course. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you on that.
Mhm.
But I would flatten homie's tires and like, oh, you want to be my parents? Now you staying at my parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Done.
You moving in now. How you like that?
Done.
For
Yeah,
sure.
and your girl. All y'all could be a happy family. Here's a brick, though. Yada yada.
Yeah. Oh, that's another move. You know where he's going to be. Plant some drugs in his car. Let's go
Oh
next level.
my
You don't want him
That's
showing up.
good.
You don't want
Yeah.
him showing up at the parents' house. Well, now he's in jail. He can't just show up.
Yeah,
They got to
frame him
visit
or
him.
something.
Let's see how long they maintain this relationship when they got to drive every other weekend and put money on his
That's
commissary.
so
You know what I'm saying?
Through a glass window. Let's see how. Let's see. You say you ruined my life. Now I'll ruin your life.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, just escalate it. That's the
Escalate
move. It's just
And then-
escalate.
And then you call the water company and you get the water shut off at your parents because they're assholes too. How about that? Everybody gets it.
I couldn't
Yeah, I
agree
love
more.
it.
All right.
They all sound terrible. I
They
don't wanna
do.
hang out with
Real
any-
talk. That is this situation speaks of a completely either this woman who wrote this letter is a problem because nobody's, like I said, nobody's just going to turn on their child for their cheating spouse. That's just not a thing that happens, right? So either this woman's a problem or the entire family is a fucking toxic mess. You know what I'm saying?
That's truly how it sounds.
My advice, honestly, is just to the 23-year-old daughter, just move whatever town whatever this small town is that you got to live with your grandparents. Just move. Just get somewhere else.
Start fresh.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. I think we've got some more divorce issues going on. I like this one here. Dear Abby, my parents have been divorced since I was little, but I still visit dad often, especially now that I'm fully vaccinated. What's causing the problem is I am leaving for my first year of college. Dad has been offering me alcohol while I'm at his house. I'd be lying if I said I've never accepted a drink when he offered one, mainly out of curiosity. My mom, however, fervently believes I shouldn't touch alcohol until I'm 21. I'm 19 now. I don't want to disappoint her because she's very strong in her opinions about it, but I also don't want my first alcohol experiences to happen states away from either parent while I'm at college. Dad shares this sentiment, but he pushes me to drink more often than I'm comfortable with. Thankfully, when I tell him, he'll stop for the night. I'm not sure which of my parents' side I should take. Don't drink at all to make mom happy, or drink with dad and try to hide it to avoid consequences. I know hiding things isn't good. Mom will eventually find out, but I think it's ridiculous to swear off drinking before going to college where alcohol is around every corner. What do you think? Signed, Anxious About Alcohol in Georgia. Can we talk about the mess that is this fucking divorce?
There's a lot to unpack.
There is a lot.
Yeah.
When your dad is offering you booze to the point that it makes you uncomfortable, something is not good.
Well, she's not a drinker though. I don't know. He might just be like, "Hey, you want a shot?" She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm uncomfortable." He's
I'm
like, "All right,
uncomfortable,
whatever,
yeah.
dude." You know, it's
Yeah. I gotta say, dad sounds kind of. I'm not gonna say dad sounds
fucking
cool.
cool, dude.
That sounds kind of fun. We're not gonna lie. That sounds fun.
That sounds fun.
I'd rather have you do it here than in the streets, okay?
Yeah.
Right? Which is,
You know.
You think you're gonna go to college and kids are gonna pressure you and you gotta learn to say no? Learn to say no with dad first.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got two things to say. One, this kid sounds like a real fucking dork. Like just a
Sounds like a
real loser, right? Just a nerd.
Oh my god.
Your dad's
You don't want to get hammered with your dad. That's weird.
I don't know what to do.
But this,
man.
like,
Fuck
I
up.
also, they say I don't want to have my first alcohol experience states away from my parents. Why?
That's
the
what
fuck
everybody
not?
wants.
That's the
Yeah.
whole point. Yeah. Absolutely. But
Dad's downstairs like, hey, you want a beer? And she's upstairs like, I need to write a letter.
this kid's writing letters. Yeah, absolute nerd.
You're 19.
But I would also throw it here. I feel like alcohol is what broke up this marriage in the first place. Like,
Certainly.
mom is clearly very serious about sobriety. The dad is obviously an alcoholic. If he's just hammered trying to get, hey, drink with me to his 19-year-old. Like, I think we're missing a large chunk.
I don't know. I think the mom got a little too preachy, you know, and the dad was like, "Yeah, I can't live like this on these rules," and I think that's why he drinks. He's like, you know what, I still love her, you know, and I think about
He
her
drinks.
and
He drinks
baby,
to forget.
baby, every time I look at you, I see your mom's eyes. Have a beer with me. wants a drinking buddy, he wants some kind of just something, you know what I mean? And they're having a drink, and he's like, listen, your mom used to drink tequila. You want a shot of tequila? And she's like, oh no, I don't want to drink states away from you. He's like, all right, whatever, you fucking idiot.
Where
he takes
George
it.
Anthony, your father, everybody.
How old were you when you first drank? Well, Ashley, we'll start with you.
This is perfect. I
Okay.
was 14.
Nice.
My parents got divorced.
Oh my
Or
God.
they got,
Hold on.
separate.
Ashley, did you write this letter? What's going on?
No, I listened to how accurate this is too.
Mm-hmm.
I was 14. My parents had just gotten divorced. My dad took me and my older brother to Mexico and was trying to be cool dad. So he took me to a tequila factory where my brother and I drank so much. I was 14, he was 16, that we slept for most of the rest of the cruise.
Nice.
And guess what? I turned out cool. So.
Yeah, exactly. George, how about
great.
you?
The first time I took a sip of beer, or just
Or
like
drank.
Drank.
Let's say
I was probably about I was 13 years old,
yeah.
and my parents had like this liquor cabinet, and so we took a bottle of Jack Daniels, me and my brother and my sister. My brother's like 12, my sister was like 11, and we just started pouring shots. Like we were just bored, and we're like, hey, what is this about, And we got super fucked up. And we poured iced tea back in the
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got
and a little bit of soda. We were just all fucked up trying to pour it back in. And my brother, he got blackout drunk. Like it scared the shit out of me because he was like throwing up, and I had his hair, and he was in the toilet, and he kept talking about Spider-Man because he's fucking 12 years old. It was like, he's just like, dude, I swear to God, Spider-Man's up there somewhere, bro. And I'm like, Patrick, fuck, dude. We were like, I was so worried about him, And I just tried to send everybody to sleep, I don't know where the fuck my parents were, by the way. Anyway, so my brother, he threw up all over his fucking bed. Thank God, I don't know. I put him on his belly. Thank God. I'm 13 years old. I don't know things, but he was on his belly. Thank God, and he fucking threw all up, and I threw up after seeing him throw up, and my sister fucking starts throwing up, and yeah, it was a fucking mess, dude. It was a mess. But that actually was like, yo, some parts were bad, but most of it, dude, we were talking about, memories and shit. That was actually pretty fucking fun. That was actually nice.
Memories
I like the idea of two reminiscing 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
like thinking about the good old days.
Memories from when you were 10. What are you talking about?
No, we were like, remember when we were 6? Wasn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That was forever ago.
No responsibilities.
Time meant something back then,
I did not. I for sure drank in high school. We didn't have booze in my house. Growing up, my father's like a recovering alcoholic. Been sober like most of my life. Like I don't have real memories of him being drunk. He sobered up when I was like real little or whatever. But there's just not alcohol in our house. So I would get drunk at friends' houses in high school and drink 40s. And there was a kid. There was this Indian kid we went to high school with, whose parents owned a convenience store, and he would sell us beer because he worked the counter. He was like 14, 15, but he still worked the counter at the grocery store because it's like his family store or whatever. So we would buy 40s of like laser for 99, like 40s for 99 cents, and just get shithouse hammered and then throw up and then go home the next day. And like almost never got caught. And then I got arrested for smoking weed in the mall parking lot. And then I got caught all the time because I was just bad at hiding shit. Yeah, but classic. But this little girl, meanwhile, Rebel, is desperate. Here's the thing. She's going to be okay. She's going to be a fucking nerd, but she's going to be successful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's like playing out. She's going to go to school. She's going to like focus on schoolwork. She's not going to like get fucked up and drop out of school. Like this girl, I think is going to be fine.
I think she'll be fine, but not that successful because as part of everything today, you need to be cool.
That's true.
You need to have some.
If you're gonna go to a startup, they're gonna check your social media and shit.
Yeah, you can't do anything without being cool today. Yeah, no one likes you if you're not a good hang.
That's true.
Is this the only thing she's hiding from her mom? I feel like it is.
I don't think she hides anything.
A ton of shit that you're supposed to hide from your parents.
Yeah,
right?
Everything. Most things. How you feel about things. Like you're supposed to, unless it's like serious, you're supposed to be trying to separate yourself from your parents so that you can develop your own personality. And
You're
become an
developing
adult.
autonomy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the whole point
And this
of being
from
a
mom.
teenager. Yeah.
I feel like that would be the best thing. You know what? I drank with dad, okay?
Yeah.
You know, like fucking
yeah.
he's cool.
Also, though, I don't think he is cool. I feel like if you have a couple more drinks with dad, it's gonna get uncomfortable. Like he's gonna start bitching about your mom and crying. Like I don't think it's gonna be a fun drunk.
Yeah, well, welcome to drinking. Half the time when I drink with my friends, they start complaining about stuff, and it's not fun then either. It's life.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So my advice is get drunk, get real drunk one time with your dad. Get the the I don't know how to drink at all yet drunk with your dad, where you just drink a bunch real fast and then you fucking stand up and you fall over and you puke on yourself. Get that shit out of the way before you go to school. That way, when you are around like other people, you can kind of control yourself a little bit. And then you can learn. You can still have bad nights, but you'll have a little bit of a baseline to start from.
That's truly good advice. I drank. My parents were big drinkers when I was young, and they never just like, they were like, if you'd like to drink, like have a drink right now. And then when kids got into it in high school, and like as soon as we turned 18, 19, the kids who had never drank like went insane, and I just wasn't as interested. I was like, yeah, okay. It feels terrible when you're super drunk, you throw up, and I really knew what limits were by the time I was at parties and things.
Right.
Whereas the kids who had never been around alcohol just went batshit insane.
They go insane because it's everywhere.
In my teenage years, the big timers were very popular, and the motto was you drink till you throw up. So that was the goal every single fucking time, and it was nice. It was you know,
that doesn't sound nice to me, honestly.
It was nice.
Every weekend I gotta feel the back of my teeth. You know that feeling after you puke and the back of your teeth are like gritty.
That meant you were cool though. I was a follower. That meant you were cool. Everybody was like, "Yo, I saw George throwing up like crazy." I was like, "Yeah, that's right, bitch." But,
I'm gonna say something wild, Ashley, and also I'm gonna ask a question first. What is your ethnicity? You're Indian, I'm guessing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say some wild shit here, and I apologize.
I like how you asked her, not me. You already know me.
I actually don't, George. I used to think you were like Arab for a minute, and then I still don't know what you are. But we'll get back to you in a second. Ashley, you are.
I appreciate you.
So, I think it'd be like I'm ethnically Indian. Like,
gotcha. Yeah.
A couple generations back in my family, there's people from India. I don't know anyone in my family who lives in India. Sure. I don't even know anyone who's been to India. The past few generations of my family that I'm like in contact with and know were born and raised in the Fiji Islands. Like when we go home, we go to the Fiji Islands.
Gotcha.
And so
beautiful.
Fiji's, wonderful. It's a great place to call home. It's a great place to visit. I still have family out there.
Seems beautiful.
But so ethnically Indian. My parents speak Hindi. I was raised like loosely Hindu, but
the reason I asked was, and you said your parents were like big drinkers when you were growing up and whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I knew Indian. I knew like I had my friend Robin Andrade growing up was in his parents were from here, but their parents were from India. They're relatively close. They didn't drink. I don't know if I knew Indian people to drink like that. Like that's just not something I have been around, which is like racist on my end to just think they're all a bunch of squares. But
I don't think you're racist. Like not all ignorance is bad. You just never met, Indian people that drink like that. You know, that doesn't mean you're racist. You know.
Well, in Fiji, you like as soon as you get to the
Fiji,
island,
seems like a bunch of drunks, and I don't mean that for any because I don't know any Fijians, but it seems like a vacation island in my head.
It's
like Fiji
when you get to Fiji, you drink kava, which literally makes your tongue numb. And so, like that's like the first thing you do when you get to the island. They give you kava, and it makes your tongue numb.
Kava, like I'll see like these kava bars.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
But those kava bars are weird because they like sip it. And every time, like my family has had kava, we have a kava like bowl up here. Look, ta-da! That's our kava bowl. Okay. That was made in Fiji. They, you just drink it all in one go, and it's like, whew, okay. And then you start the night.
Yeah.
But in Fiji, everyone was big drinkers. There's not much else to do.
Word.
You just drink.
So yeah, if we're gonna give her advice, get drunk and then go to college and be a person. And also, like, I don't know, go like
get cooler, bitch.
Go shoplift, do something. You gotta go do something like watch some old like high school drama TV shows and do a couple of the things you see. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
watch Riverdale and do one or two of those things.
Okay, Riverdale, no, because that's too. The new ones are too much. The new high school shows are just like adult shows. They're just.
I've never seen that
orgies
show,
and
and it
murders.
seems insane. Yeah,
it's
murder,
crazy.
right?
But like, watch a 90210 and like shoplift and drag race, do some dumb shit like that.
Watch the OC and
there
then do
you
all
go.
of that. That's a good one.
Exactly. Let's go ahead. I've got a couple more letters here we can get through. Let's try. Which one is this? Okay, let's try this one off for size. Dear Abby, my boyfriend is 27. When he was still a teenager, he was arrested and convicted of stealing a car. The story he told me is that he did it on a dare from one of his friends, who, by the way, is currently serving time for a much more serious crime. I don't know the details, and honestly, I don't want to know. I really want to give my boyfriend the benefit of the doubt that his criminal act was what my mother keeps calling a youthful indiscretion. Also, as far as I know, he has never since done anything even remotely criminal, and I have never seen anything to make me believe that will change. But what he did still bothers me. I know it sounds petty, but why can I not get past his past? Signed, Need to Forget the Past.
What kind of car?
I want to know. I have a question. I want to know what kind of car. I want to know. And here's where I am. I want to know the ethnicity of him and his friends.
Oh shit!
Hear me out. Hear me out.
No, let's hear. Why? Why, Chris?
Here's why. Because if he is white and he has white friends that were daring him to do whatever, I am certain that he has done more crimes. They did a bunch of wild shit, and this is the one thing they got caught doing. Mm-hmm. If they are any other ethnicity beside white, they get the benefit of the doubt. This is a black kid. They might have. I say that, but now I don't think black kids that are just like regular kids, not like criminal kids, dare each other to steal cars because they know if the cops show up, they might get shot or go to jail, right? Whereas white kids, they'll dare each other to do crazy shit because, well, I'm a white kid. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I
don't
trust white
people. They did make a movie where they made it cool to steal cars, like white people, like Gone in 60 Seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've never seen like a black movie, or you know what I mean, like where they made
Too Fast, Too Furious, right? Were there a bunch of black kids in the second one? Isn't that where Ludacris shows up?
Yeah, Ludacris.
Yeah.
Like those other guys were like Dominican, you know. I mean, I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know. It's just why does that fucking bother somebody? I don't know.
That's my question. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Ashley, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think it's weird that she goes, but he said it was a dare, so like that's gonna absolve him. Like you stole a car. Also, I don't care if he stole a car, especially if he's poor and he stole a rich car.
Yeah. For sure, I want to know. That's my concern. I think rich cars, like nice cars, are harder to steal. And I feel like he probably stole just another poor person's car if he was poor. If he was, you know what I'm saying? And that bums me out. My issue here is, if you're not okay with someone with a criminal past, then why did you start dating this person in the first place? Like, that seems crazy to me that you know this thing about them. They've been upfront about it, but you're still like, I can't deal with, like, you know what I mean? Just move, like they're not for you, or get over your own shit, something.
Yeah, and his friend is in jail. That's irrelevant. You're not dating his friend. He's in jail. They're not hanging out.
That's true.
You are who you hang around, though. You know,
he's not hanging around.
There is a little bit of that. There is a little bit of that.
Yeah.
How long ago were they friends? Like, was he friends until he went to jail? Or did he dare him to steal a car when they were 15 and then that guy ended up in jail and they haven't talked in 10 years?
That's very true. And we don't really get a sense of that in the letter. That is very true.
Yeah, I don't see the big fucking deal, man. This guy,
Yeah.
I mean, she's gonna be upset when she finds out how many girls he told that story to get have sex. You know, I think she'll be.
Yeah. I'm not
Say.
convinced he did it. He just he's trying to make himself sound cool. I will say what I think is happening is, and now I figured this letter out. This girl went slumming a little bit, right? And now is uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? She went to piss off her dad, but now she's like, "Oh, I don't know what. Like, I didn't.
Getting mixed up.
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong side of the tracks.
Exactly. Again, and it turned her on at first, but now this other friend went to jail for serious shit, and she, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now she's scared.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that all these people writing letters sound lame as shit.
Absolutely. We have to go in knowing anyone that's writing a letter to the newspaper. These aren't old letters. These all are within the last like 2 weeks. So anyone who's writing a letter to the newspaper in 2021 is old or a nerd. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're 65 and you're writing a letter to the newspaper, that makes sense. But this is someone clearly dating.
Do they have a friend?
A college age girl, and this she's dating a 27-year-old. So I'm assuming she's relatively young. Clearly, they're all nerds.
Yeah. First of all, if your boyfriend stole a car, that's kind of cool, especially if he stole a car from if he's rich or poor and stole from a poor person, that kind of sucks. Yeah. But if he's poor and stole from a rich person, he sounds resourcul.
He's Robin Hood.
Didn't even really do it. And
what's all this rich hate? I don't understand this rich hate.
Why does it matter? It's not against you anyways.
Well, it's not hate.
I'm just saying.
Also, I don't. It's not about you. And also, I think you think you're going to get rich, but you push brooms in a hospital. So maybe scale it back a little bit. But more to the point.
Why are you defending the rich?
I don't know. People that work hard to get, some people are crooked. Don't get me wrong. Some people are crooked, but I've met crooked poor people too. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I can understand
being crooked
person.
No,
you're desperate. No. I can understand desperation over greed. You know what I'm saying?
They can get a new car.
Oh, because I've seen Escalades in the hood. You know what I mean? Sure. Like I've seen people that are able to play the system. God bless them. You know, I'll hold them back for that. But I've seen them. I know people that have more kids, not because they love kids, but because it's more money that they can get from whatever. You know what I mean? From whatever the fuck. So I know crooked people from the rich side, from the poor side. I don't know. I don't just necessarily hate someone because they're rich. Anyway, also
that makes one of us. Because me and Ashley are gonna go back to hating the rich.
I know, and
you're
that's
a class
fine.
traitor ass. We're gonna hate you too.
No, it's fine. I hate being like in this like I don't know. I hate choosing sides, I guess too. You know.
I don't know. That's what we call spineless. It's okay.
Spineless. Oh.
Pick a side, man. We're at war. Anyway.
No, that's what they want you to do. They want you to be distracted and shit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, they don't want us to. They don't want us to team up against the rich because they are the rich. They don't want that. They want us fighting against each other. They want us to do what you do, which is to be mad at the poor people game in the system as opposed to focusing on the rich ones.
The wealthy want.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We're using different terms. That's what we're talking about. The wealth.
They want you to hate the rich, right? The wealthy, the people who you don't know, who are extremely like insanely politicians in the pocket, all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? They want you to hate these like they want us to be fucking at each other's necks, and instead of like so many people I know were like, holy shit, how the fuck did that abortion thing pass? Because people slept on that shit. You know what I mean? People were too busy, the fucking, for other shit instead of like actually focusing on the elections, who they're putting in office, who, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
George Anthony 2022.
George Anthony 2022.
That's my platform.
Back to Rich. That's his platform. Let's move ahead. So here's the thing with this lady. Fucking, I don't know. Go date a dude in khaki shorts and fucking who like works at his dad's car dealership or whatever. I don't know. Just like this guy seems too cool for you. Is my advice.
I think she got pissed off because like, how come I've never met Tommy? He's like, and he kind of like lied to her or something. Oh, Tommy's on vacation or something, And then he's like, hey, there's something I gotta tell you, dude. Hey, one time I stole a car, and I'm like, oh, okay. then like a month later, like, okay, so you keep talking about Tommy. You got to go see Tommy. How come I can't go see Tommy? Thinking he's probably cheating on her or something like that, you know? And he's like, all right, well, my boy Tommy's actually been locked up for a heinous crime I can't really talk about.
Yeah.
And
Because
so
also,
she's like,
I do kind of
okay.
want to know. I know it's irrelevant, but I do kind
I
of
wanna
want to
know
know
what
what that crime is. Like a little
I want that whole story, but not because it pertains at all to this woman.
Yeah. For sure.
So this sounds like a trust thing, maybe. I don't know if she put it in, and maybe I'm just speculating.
No, I get you.
Like,
It does.
You know,
I hear that for sure.
Yeah,
but also, she
Yeah.
does say like she's never seen anything that like makes them think she's even remotely criminal or would ever do anything again. I don't know. She seems like another nerd.
I agree with you though, George, because she might think it's about the car, but she just doesn't trust this guy.
Yeah, for sure. Work.
And,
All right.
and her dad's rich too, you know. So fuck.
There's also that. Maybe maybe he stole the dad's
No!
car. Now we're getting back into it. Yeah.
Still my dad's car, a piece of shit.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and let's try this one. Dear Abby, I'm married to a wonderful, caring man who is normally pretty sensitive and savvy. I work long hours because Carl is retired. He does most of the cooking, for which I'm grateful. What he does not do is share the TV. When I come home after a tough day at the office from a job filled with heavy responsibilities, he expects me to watch political YouTube videos with him. If it's not that, then it's woodworking or some other hobby of his. I've tried going into another room and watching TV there, but if I do, Carl gets his feelings hurt. If I play on my phone, then I'm not attentive enough. I love him, but I have to have some time to just relax and unwind from the load I carry. He won't watch what I want to watch, ever. It has to be his way or nothing. I can't believe that in 2021, I have this issue with a man. Please help. Signed, Can't Win in Arkansas.
Bitch, buy a second TV.
I hear you, but she tried. She goes she said, I went in the other room to watch TV and he gets mad because I'm not spending time with him.
Only one option left. Only one option. She has to kill Carl.
I'm actually
murder. That's the only thing she has left. Can't watch any other TV or be alone on her phone. You have to kill this guy. Kill him.
He sounds crazy.
He said, well, hear me out. I think what's happening is he has been home, like he's home all day. She's he's retired. She's going to work and he's getting fucking QAnon radicalized. When she says we got to watch political videos on YouTube, what other it's not even that she's got to watch the news, specifically YouTube videos. No, that's not. Yeah, he is full Q shaman, and
Carl needs to get a part-time. Carl needs to get a part-time.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think he needs to go greet at Walmart or something to get him out the house.
Yeah.
Like
he's in too deep and is ruining his relationships.
He wants.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. Also, he has to watch videos about woodworking or some other hobby of his. Where's he woodworking? There's no time. He doesn't appear to be doing it. He just appears to be watching videos about it. Maybe if he starts woodworking, he'll go in the garage and she can fucking watch Real Housewives or whatever she wants to watch.
That's what he's learning. Yeah.
Also, I don't think you want him in the garage because it's probably going to be like a pipe bomb or some shit. I think
there's going to be posters. There's going to be red string all over the walls.
He's getting dangerous.
Goddamn Dems. Goddamn Dems as he's shaving off some fucking kayak he's making and shit. Goddamn fucking blue state motherfuckers.
Mask. I'm not wearing no goddamn mask. Yeah, exactly.
He needs a part-time at Pinkberry or something just to get him out of the house every now and again.
He's got to be around some other people. Here's the thing. I think there are people that can handle a full retirement where it's I think other people can. I think there are I honestly think right now I won $1 billion. Quarantine's fine for me. I don't have to. I could just watch TV, play video games, walk my dog, and never talk to a fucking another one of you idiots ever again. No offense, but
no, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Just in general, not you, just in general, the royal you. You know what I mean? I don't think, and I think there are certain people that can't do that. I think Carl is one of those people. You can't do it.
I'm Carl. I could not do it. Yeah.
You can barely. I mean, you've been you're doing stuff with your hands this whole time we're doing the podcast. And that's not. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm not making fun of you, but you clearly are somebody that has a mind that is like doing multiple things and needs to be like stimulated and doing things.
Constantly.
George is staring blankly into the camera. Hasn't moved.
George hasn't blinked this entire podcast.
I froze. I'm sorry, my thing froze. Jesus Christ. I'm not fidgety. I'm fucking crazy, whatever.
No,
listen, I think she needs to break the TV. Don't murder should be the first option.
Right.
But if she can't do it, if she can't go through with getting behind Carl and getting some kind of hanger and choking him out as he's slowly dying in some woodworking video, if she can't handle that fucking thing, she needs to just break the TV, unplug it, or do something, or cut the cord or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's
hey,
actually
how
not
about you guys go on a walk together? Huh?
There you go.
I'm just
Yeah. There's got to be something. I think a drastic measure, while maybe not murder, the idea of like cutting the cord on the TV or whatever it is, something to snap him out of whatever this is for a minute might get his attention. So yeah, I say, you ever see like a TikTok where some girl's mad, she throws a dude's PlayStation 5 off the bridge or whatever? Just do that. Just fucking, the next time he starts showing you a Tucker Carlson video or something, just throw his laptop in the street and then have a conversation.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. I think we should go with murder. I want to see Can't Win in Arkansas.
I like that you guys have joined together for the sake of murder. You guys can high five into the camera.
There we go.
That's perfect. Yeah, okay. Look, I can be talked into murder pretty easy. I feel like me and Carl aren't gonna get along, so it's fine. I can't talk to him about woodworking. By the way, I was downtown today, and there's the Texas Woodworking Festival was happening. This is just an aside.
Awesome.
And it was fucking packed. There was a line like down the street and around the corner to get into the fucking Texas Woodworking Festival.
I'm not gonna lie, I watch woodworking videos on YouTube.
Okay.
Same.
I didn't see that coming.
I love woodworking videos. I love like welding and steel videos about fires. Love it.
Jesus.
Maybe that's why y'all went to murder so fast. You're like, I like fire and murder.
I do love fire. And
yeah, I don't like fire. That's my platform. 2020 George Anthony. I don't like fire.
Ashley Sharma, 2020. I'm pro fire. It's also 2021, so I think
that's actually what everything is.
It all boils down to exactly what she said. That's exactly
it's crazy. It's crazy.
All right. I think I got time for one more, then we can get out of here. Dear Abby, my 53rd high school reunion is coming up. Former classmates have been emailing me about participating. I do not want to go. I went to my 50th, and that was enough catching up for me. I like hearing about the lives of my former classmates from our class correspondent, but 50 years ago, I moved more than 1,000 miles away and began a new life. So did my parents and siblings. Today, my parents are gone, and my siblings and I are spread around the country. There's nothing left in my hometown for me other than the graves of my father's family, our old family home, and memories.
No.
Is there something wrong with me because I'd rather spend time with my friends in my present city and travel to the remaining places on my bucket list? Should I be ashamed of my attitude, or am I normal? Signed, Feeling Guilty in Texas.
This bitch sounds like she wants to go for real.
By the way, you guys said bitch. I think this is a dude. I get dude energy. Now, to be fair, there's no
bitches and gendered.
There's no bitches. That's true.
Bitches not gendered.
Shouldn't have gendered.
Thank you.
Men can be bitches.
Thank you.
Men can
I would say
bitches.
more likely.
Thank you.
More so than not, for sure.
Look at George. Men can be bitches.
Oh, that was man. It's getting fucking
We'll
contentious
slap
on
you
this episode.
in the teeth. Anyway,
love it.
listen. Did I hear 53rd?
53rd reunion.
53rd. So plus 18.
Right. So she's 671.
Oh, he just wants someone to talk to. He's just writing this letter to talk about his life a little.
I do like that he's
lonely.
Ashley, how old are you? I'm 43.
26.
Out there. You're 26. George.
7.
You broke up for a second. I heard 7.
Oh, I'm 30. I'm the
37.
Sweet, sexy 37. Yeah.
Did you so you've had like an opportunity for a high school reunion? Did you go?
No.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I haven't been to one.
Gross.
And I never exactly. Yeah. Gross is 100% the right word. Ashley, I don't know at 26.
No,
I would have had been like invited to one, but
I was on a dance team and they have like an alumni tea every year. And actually yesterday I got a message from a girl who was like, I was thinking about going to alumni tea this year. but like I thought you and I could go and get really drunk, and like I couldn't go sober, and I was like, bitch, if you can't go somewhere sober,
then don't
go.
Don't go. No, that's for sure true. Yeah,
and I don't even talk to this girl, and I was like, no, I'm not going, and she really tried to push for it, and I was like, no, why would I go? It's gonna be my 10-year in 2 years.
Yeah,
in 2 years. Yeah.
And do you think you're gonna go to that?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
That is the only healthy response. I don't.
Yeah.
Particularly in this day and age where you have Facebook, it feels to me like a high school reunion is a thing of the past. Like you would see it in like old TV shows. People weren't connected, so you'd go to your 20th anniversary and you wouldn't have heard from these people in 19 years. You know what I mean?
I hear from these people every day.
Every fucking day, I see your dumb kid and whatever bullshit politics you want to talk about on your. I see it all the time.
I don't have to wonder if so-and-so is hot or ugly now. I can just look it up in 2 seconds.
100%.
Yeah. You can just go do what you want to do. You don't have to subject yourself to that.
Yeah, go to your bucket list shit, man. He seems like she, whoever wrote this letter, seems like they're doing okay. They got friends in their new city. They travel. They got some places left on their bucket list they want to knock off, and they do some more. Like
if you're writing that letter,
fine.
Yeah, but if you're writing a letter saying all that, it's probably not true.
But once a wildcat, always a wild. Right?
George, what was your high school mascot?
Rough Rider. It was the Rough Riders. Theodore Roosevelt.
DMX.
I'm not fucking with you, dude. When DMX came out,
that shit must have
double R. Yeah. Double R all fucking day. I mean, every kid at the talent show was like, stop, drop, set him down, open up. And the whole school was just fucking going bananas, dude. I'm telling you, dude. Rough Rider all day.
That's very funny.
That is how Rough Riders roll.
It is indeed.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you were on a baseball team, you were the baseball, the Roosevelt Rough Riders. And the football team was a Rough Rider, double R, all across the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling up on the 4-wheelers, the whole 9B, you know what I'm saying?
Ashley, what was your high school mascot?
The Lions. I went to a super all-American. Yeah, just like
basic, upstate New York, white people.
Mine's
football,
like
5 days, tour shit.
Just outside of Austin suburb, Leander High School.
The
Lions. Yeah.
I think you're doing fine. I do think there is the opportunity that you could go to, not you, but this person could go to their high school, their 53rd high school reunion and just be like, fuck you, like walk in and not even blow it up, just be like, realize you did life right. Like if everything else is right, you've moved, you've got a family, you've got friends, whatever. There is a moment there at 71 to walk in and be like, oh yeah, I fucking nailed it. I didn't want to know any of these fucking people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you could also just do that, living your life good elsewhere, and just go, man, I never want to see those. You're taking a weekend out and buying a $400 plane
71,
ticket.
you ain't got a lot of weekends left. That's true.
Yeah, hot damn, just stay home.
53rd anniversary is not even like a time
it's
you
not
go,
a good
right?
number.
Not one. Yeah, it's 50. You went to 50. You already did it. That's true. That is
after 50. Yeah.
It's not like she went to 47th anniversary too.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, let go of these people. What the fuck's wrong with you? You know?
Well, absolutely. Just after a 50th anniversary, people gathering to see people from high school seems like a health risk in terms of traveling.
For sure. Particularly now, this is a new letter. You shouldn't be. None of you people should be around each other.
If they have to
don't get on a plane.
A chance that they could get like a blood clot, if they're on a plane for too long. So
in terms of DVT prophylaxis, you need to just stay home, sir.
Yeah, take your heparin or whatever, or what do you call it, the warfarin, whatever the fuck. Take your warfarin. And if you gotta see them, if you're like really that much of a hardcore wildcat or whatever, then I guess.
Yeah, man, virtual. Do that shit on Zoom. We don't. Your ICU beds are full. 100%. I didn't even think about this in context of where we are right now. Keep your ass at home. You're too old. Let's see. I think we got. You guys got a minute? We can do one more, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, I got all fucking day. This is great.
All right, let's try.
I got 5 more minutes, I guess. So whatever.
A year ago, dear Abby, a year ago, I was working at a small wholesale bakery with maybe 15 employees. While I was there, the place was overrun with food safety issues, including mice, allergen cross-contact issues, and poor employee hygiene practices. At the time, the owner was working on fixing some of the problems, but not fast enough for my taste. Also, he was never my favorite person. He was clearly overwhelmed with running a business and didn't have the resources to fix the problems. Now that I've been gone for some time, I'm on the fence about whether I should leave an online review or comment detailing some of the problems. I don't want to hurt a struggling business, and it's possible these problems have been fixed, but there is no way for me to know for sure because I'm no longer there. Personally, I think customers should know about these issues before purchasing their products, but I don't want to stick my nose where it shouldn't go. Even if I leave a review anonymously, there is always a chance they will find out. Advice? Signed, Possible Whistleblower.
Fucking pussy.
This is from a year ago. What the fuck?
So, look, if you really gave a shit, you would have said something then, right?
Yeah,
Let's be fair.
Now.
If there's a bakery that I frequent, I want to know if they got a bunch of mice running around the croissants and shit. I want to know, but you got to tell me then. Oh, both of you didn't give a. Both of you shrugged at me like you don't give a fuck. Okay.
Don't tell me. If it's good place, don't tell me.
Are the croissants good? I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Fair
My
enough,
man.
Yeah, you guys are a little more hard. Here's the thing. I guess if I'm being honest with myself, and as someone who has worked in like food service and shit, mice and that kind of shit, I don't super care about. But like allergen stuff, I don't have food allergies, so I don't give a shit. But that is something that like you could kill a child, right? If they're not supposed to eat nuts and all of a sudden there's nuts in this food, you could kill somebody. So,
but if they were still doing that, someone would have died already. Nuts are one of the most common allergies.
If the writer gave a shit about a dead kid, they would have said something when they worked there instead of pulling
a year ago.
A year ago.
Exactly.
Whoa.
My whole thing with this issue is this person is just. I think this is personal. I think they even say the owner was never my favorite person. This is just somebody looking for some fucking revengey Yelp bullshit.
And they're a bitch too. Because it's like, I mean, they could find me anonymously too. But do you think the baker's gonna come after you, homie, on a fucking Yelp?
You're trying to save a kid with a peanut allergy and you think they're going to be pissed at you? Who gives a fuck? You don't work there anymore.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Fucking wild.
Leave the Yelp review.
Have either of you guys ever worked at a like service industry or anything that would get yelped?
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah. I used to. Well, I don't know. Do you call Chuck E. Cheese the service industry?
I mean, absolutely.
Yes.
You're providing a service for where divorced couples can exchange their child for the weekend. That's mostly what I hear that happens at Chuck E.
If Yelp existed, they would have yelped the shit out of this fucking place
100%.
Because I gave this girl some weed. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I had my little fucking like referee shirt on. I was like the guy that was. I was the guy that was fixing the video games and I had to crawl through the tunnels to clean the vomit out and shit. I was a stupid kid. Anyway, so this girl, I forgot her fucking name, and so I go get weed from my backpack. Right, I'm like 15 years old, and I go, hey, here you go, home. And she's like, damn, this is light. And when she said that, these parents, like these piece of shit parents, have the kid out way past fucking, whatever. It's like 11:30 at night. The kids are still fucking playing. I didn't even know anybody was in the fucking place. They both look at us, and I go, ugh,
Yeah, I mean, what else? There's no real.
Dude, you're in the hood at a Chuck E. Cheese on a fucking Wednesday night. What do you think's going on behind closed doors?
Yeah.
So I ended up getting fired.
Sure.
Because there was no Yelp. They called and said that some guy in a referee. I was the only guy in a referee t-shirt. Yeah. And my boss at the time, he was a like a little person, and he called.
But I got fired.
Huh? But I got fired. It was a pretty brutal. No, it was a pretty brutal firing because I was a little kid and I didn't give a fuck about people's fucking feelings and shit like that, right? And so he's like, George, I need to see you right now. And I was like, all right, dude. And I swear to God, I sat down in the chair and he would sit on these phone books because he had like a big desk because they were there wasn't a special desk for him.
Sure.
And he's like, are you selling fucking weed in my establishment? I was like, fuck no. What are you talking about, dude? And he was like, we got you on camera. I was like, there's no cameras out there. He was like, well, the couple saw you and they said you were selling drugs. I should call the police on you. I'm like, then call the police on me, dude. I'm 15. I don't give a fuck. And I took my hat off and I threw it down, and he hopped off the book, and he escorted me out. I saw that guy 20 years fucking later when I took my daughter to a Chuck E. Cheese, and I still had this urge to be like, bitch.
I'm gonna hold that grudge for sure.
Yeah, he didn't know who you were.
That man's been through enough. He's worked at Chuck E. Cheese for 20 years.
At least 20 years. At least 20. And he, I think he's like a manager now.
Sure. I would fucking hope.
Yeah, if he's not a manager, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, he got promoted to head rat or whatever. He has to wear the costume. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's rough.
That's horrendous.
But that counts as like the service industry, right? Maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure. I definitely have. I've worked in bars. I've worked in restaurants, but I have been low enough on the totem pole that I've never feared about. Like, there are waiters and waitresses or whatever that, like, they got a bad Yelp review, they get fired or whatever. But like, I was a dishwasher, man. I walk through that, I yell at people, trip people, whatever. I don't give a shit. So many people saw me take food like off of somebody's plate. Like cleaning up the tables and shit. I would just eat half a steak or whatever.
Hell yeah.
You gonna fire me from washing dishes? Like,
I can wash dishes elsewhere.
Yeah. Also, no, you are gonna fire me because nobody wants this fucking job. It was a terrible job. They went through so many. Oh man, I wash dishes. It doesn't even exist anymore. It's a place called the East Side Showroom. They went through so many employees, like dishwashers, pre-prep chefs and that kind of stuff. One time the owner of the business hired somebody to tile the kitchen area and the dish pit, but they just hired their friend who wasn't like a professional, so they just went to Home Depot and bought like living room tiles, just not water resistant, nothing, just living room ass tiles, and then overnight did the whole ass thing in like death trap slippery fucking tiles, so everyone's falling everywhere.
Holy shit,
man.
Tiles start coming up because this was a very unprofessional job. And there's like silverware under the tile. Like, there was like silver on the floor and they just tiled over it because they didn't give a shit. And then they found a crack pipe. The next day they went in and half the tile people were like drinking and smoking and like found one of them little rose crack pipes with fucking tinfoil. And the owner was this nice lady and she was like, oh, I wonder what this is. And I was like, oh, that is a crack pipe. You don't want to whatever. And like cops would show up and be looking for employees all the time. So they weren't firing me. I was the most responsible fucking person they had.
That sounds like
so funny
fucking job, man.
That
it was pretty
tight.
It was pretty
tight.
Drama
happening.
I remember one time.
Did you ever get questioned by the cops?
Me? No, nobody ever talked to me. The best shit though, one time I remember I went, so like there would be like the kitchen would close at like say 12, but the bar wouldn't close to like 2, right? So once the kitchen shit's done, I would do all the dishes and then I'd have a little bit of time in between before I'd have to do the end of the night shit. So I would go on the patio and have like a beer or two with the rest of the staff. It was very common. And then they brought in a new manager and was like, he saw me drinking and he's like, you can't drink on the clock. What the fuck are you doing? And I was like, oh, word. Well, then I quit. And I just took off all my shit and went to the back. And the fucking owner was like, what the fuck are you doing? Go in there. And he had to come in and apologize to me.
That's the best.
The best shit in the world. Apologize to me for not letting me, for not drink it, for telling me to not drink. Yeah.
That's so good.
That rules.
Yeah.
That rules.
I think we're in a good place, guys. Ashley, what do you got to plug? Anything coming up? Where can people find you on the internet?
I'm at Dat_Ash on Instagram, and I have a show every third Friday of the month at the Velveeta Room called Blackout, and you can also catch me on Moon Tower Comedy at the end of this month.
Hell yeah. George, what's going on with you?
Hey, you can find me on the gram at GA Comic. I'm going to be headlining the Blind Tiger Comedy Club here in San Antonio on September 17th. I got another club, Upstage Comedy Club, on the 18th, also here in San Antonio. You can listen to me on the Wolf of Ignorance podcast. And I'll be on Moon Tower also at the end of the month. So, fucks yeah, kid.
I am at Chris Cubis on all social media. You know the podcast. If you like, please leave us one of those 5 stars reviews. I will also be at the Moon Tower Comedy Festival at the end of the month. You have your Vax card or your negative COVID test, so I feel a little better about that. And again, we'll be back next week with more Bad advice.